Let's see, what kind of word can I use to describe this vehicle? Beautiful, stunning, magnificent, exquisite, gorgeous. I could go through all the synonyms of the word beautiful and it still wouldn't be enough to describe exactly how this car looks. You could talk to every person on the planet. I don't think anybody would disagree that this is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Aston Martin always makes good looking cars, but this one takes the cake. This 2023 Aston Martin Vantage V8. I love how flared out the wheel wells are in the front, going all the way to the back and sticking out even more. This is such a muscular, powerful looking car. Normally with the way cars are designed, I can always find something to gripe or complain about. With this one, absolutely zero complaints. I want to meet the design team of Aston Martin. They've absolutely killed it with this car. I love how the taillight wraps around from one end of the car to the other. The quad exhaust looks great. And then the Aston Martin lettering and the badging, all of it is so fantastic looking that I could sit here and admire the car for hours. This car looks great even with the doors open because I love the way the doors angle upwards. And you know what? The car looks even better with the top down, which is really easy to do. Normally you open the hood of the car with the latch that's on the driver's side. In this one though, it's on the passenger side. I like that the hood panel wraps around to the sides of the car and doesn't stay just on top of the engine. This is a really spacious engine bay. This hand-built Aston Martin engine. This 4-liter V8 pumps out 503 horsepower, 505 pound-feet of torque. True exotic British muscle car power. And yes, the V8 sounds just as good as you might imagine. Big thanks to Mario at Covert Buick for letting me enjoy this amazing Aston Martin Vantage. On any other car, an orange and black interior would not work. On this one, it absolutely does. The way the seats work in this car is kind of interesting. If you want to lean back a little bit more, you push the top part of the seat back, and then the bottom cushion part extends out forward, so the angles are automatically adjusting. It doesn't seem like it, but I think a bigger person could fit in here just because of the way the seats operate. You have a leather door handle, and then the way the switch operates, it's just a slight click to move from the left or the right mirror. The AC vents in here are at an angle on the sides of the car, and then the center ones are pretty uniform. I love the traditional Aston Martin start-stop button. Looks cool. Everything in here is a button. Not just the engine, but the park, reverse, neutral, drive, turning on the radio, muting the radio, and it's all laid out in a jet fighter cockpit-like fashion. These floor mats from Aston Martin aren't even regular floor mats. They definitely won't be able to hold up to anything muddy or dirty. I don't think these floor mats will stay clean beyond 2 days of driving. Aston Martin got just about everything right with this car, but you know where they messed up? These AC vents have this cheap looking glossy black framing, and the actual vents themselves move around too easy. They feel cheap and flimsy. It almost like they were gonna finish first place in the race, but in the last 2 meters, they just gave up. I love the shape of the steering wheel. It feels good when you're gripping it, and then the paddle shifters feel really solid, and all of the buttons and the layout of everything is very well ergonomically designed. Okay, I have one more complaint. You push on the suspension button, and it changes, but then you see these graphics, but you have no idea what they mean. You have to know what the T stands for, what the white color means, the red color. It's not obvious what you're doing with the suspension. So then you have to bust out the manual and see what it means. Oh, red is sport mode, T is track mode, and the regular one is sport. Actually, there is no comfort setting. It's just those 3, sport, sport plus, and track. Come on, Aston Martin, make it easy for me. I'm dumb. If you're wondering where I got the manual, it's not here. There's no glove box. It's in the trunk. The manual is in this bag along with the tire repair kit, and this is in the trunk. And the trunk's not that big, just maybe big enough for a couple of grocery bags, but that's it. But then again, if you own this car, you're probably not going to the grocery store, someone's doing it for you. But I don't think you're gonna wanna use this trunk anyway because this feels like it belongs on a track and for racing. There's no fake hood scoops or air scoops on this car. These are all real. You need it for this massive engine. The minute you step inside this vehicle, you're just compelled to take advantage of this hand-built British engine. That noise. Don't be fooled by the luxury that this car has. This is really just an animal dressed up as a luxury exotic. That V8 is absolutely incredible. This thing sounds like an absolute muscle car. There's just so much noise, so much growl that comes in. Most people that own Aston Martins never go beyond 10 miles an hour. But if you don't experience what this engine has to offer, you're really missing out because 500 plus horsepower in this V8, you gotta experience every last bit of it. This car is so quick with 500 plus horsepower. At the higher RPMs, the engine is really screaming, and I love that you can hear all of it inside the car. The ride in this thing is firm, it's stiff. It's really meant for the track. I mean, after all, you just have 3 modes: Sport, Sport Plus, and Track. There is no luxury or comfort mode in this, so you know what you're supposed to do as soon as you get in this car. It's a quick shifting 8-speed automatic going along with the 4-liter V8. Manually shifting this car makes it so much more fun, and it's got so much power that you do lose traction in the rear wheels. I thought the visibility in this car would be worse than it is because the windshield is pretty sloped and angled, so it's kind of a narrow view looking out. And there are some blind spots back here with the convertible, but the rear window is pretty big, so overall the visibility is not too bad at all. This car is really about enjoying this exotic hand-built V8. That's why they built it, and that's why you owe it to yourself if you own one, to enjoy every last second of it and really push it and get the maximum power out of it. Such a mean growl to it, this V8. Wow. This probably will be a garage queen, but it absolutely should not be. This is such a fantastic machine. Wow, what a car. Can I have one of these, please? I hope Aston Martin keeps making cars like this. Amazing V8, luxurious, refined, exotic. The sounds out of this thing are incredible, so much fun to drive. Not to mention the absolutely stunning looks. After driving this one, it's gonna take me a while to appreciate other cars because it's gonna be really hard to top what this is. Aston Martin, this is a plea. Please don't stop making cars as good as this.